I'm probably going to be like the 1000th person to upload a video on this palette, but today I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Blood palette. I don't know why I struggled with that. I'm sure you've all seen the box, the packaging. It's just so nice. Like, not to be morbid, but it looks like a coffin, but like a nice one. I don't know. Now I know other people are like really scared of blue eyeshadow. I don't know what it is. Like this, I've done one eye, as you can see. I literally had to wipe off the look 3 times before I even got to this. I'm still not even like really happy with it. I gave it my best shot. If you want to see how I actually did this punched eye look. No, seriously, if you want to see how I did this look with this eye, then keep on watching. I've just tied my hair back and it is time to dig on into the palette for like the 5th time today. Right, so the first shade I'm gonna dip into is the shade Flourishing, and this is gonna go basically just on the actual eyelid space. This I'm using a flat brush. Pack it on the brush. So once you have packed the colour on that eye, like so, I'm just going to grab this Real Techniques shading brush. This is kind of what I use for the blending out colours. I don't know what to call them. I'm dipping slightly into Blue Monday and then like more into Blue Blood, because I want the shade Blue Blood but like a little bit darker, you know? So then we're just going to apply it along here. Like I already feel like this is going wrong. So I'm now just going in with a similar brush to the Real Techniques shading brush. This is a smudge brush, which is kind of like a bit firmer. I'm going in with the shade I'm Cold. And this is like another line above the colour we just did, if that makes sense. So this is the kind of thing that you start with. One day I will be as good as eyeshadow as I hope to be. Right, so I'm using Real Techniques crease brush. I'm using this to blend it all out purely because it's nice and small. The other blending brushes I have are like nice big fluffy ones, but that is not going to work to blend out the individual lines sort of thing. Blending the first 2 colours that I did together, basically doing like little circular motion right in between where the line is basically. Okay, so once you've blended out like one line and you feel like you don't know what the heck to do now, just blend out the next one. Okay, I'm just gonna blend out the last bit at the very top. So like I know it didn't look amazing now, but I kind of go in and add like a little touch up and then it kind of pulls together to look okay. It may take a while, but just literally work with your blending and you will get there in the end. If you do want to practice doing this, like putting it on blocky then blending it out, don't use blue eyeshadow unless you're like a freaking expert. You will be so put off otherwise. This is like the one time I'm going to use a big fluffy blender brush, and this is just to go over the very top bit by the brow bone. And when it comes to the outer bits where it's like, I kind of like blend them out and together, like side and up. So bad at explaining, but just watch and see. I just kind of lightly do it. You don't need to do it too much. I'm so sorry that I'm so bad at explaining things. I really do struggle for some reason in that kind of area of life. Once you're happy with how you've blended this out, we're going to move on and do the lower under eye, why do I never know what to call that? The under eye eyeshadow we are going to do next. Going back with my Real Techniques shading brush, I'm just going to dip back into Blue Monday and Blue Blood like a little bit, and then we're going to get this really nice and close to the lash line underneath. We are going to go to the next colour. I'm Cold with a little bit of Blue Blood. I'm going to use my big fluffy blender just to kind of blend out the bottom colour. I don't think it's going to get any better than this for me. For the last touch of the actual eyeshadow, grab the shade Entitled, and I'm first going to dip in with my finger, pack this basically right over the lid where the shade Flourishing is, just to give it some sort of glittery shimmerness. Just give it a really slight blend out again. For my inner corner, I'm just going to grab some of this Crystal Flesh and then just pack it on the middle. I always use my finger for inner corner, just because it gets it nice and bright. For this look, I went for a winged eyeliner, going in with my favourite Tarte Man-Eater liquid liner pen. So I've got my eyeliner wing on, and I'm going to do a little white line of white liquid liner. I'm going to be using my NYX white liquid liner. Going in with this Collection Glam Crystals silver glitter liner, and I'm literally just going to pat a little bit on top of the white line. Next, I'm going to go for this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. If you put this jumbo pencil by your eye, it can go all over your lashes, and sometimes it can be a pain to cover up the mascara. I've got some on my really fine little paintbrush. Next, I'm going to do a little bit of mascara on my top lash to prep the lashes and do mascara normally as I would on my bottom lashes. I'm going for my favourite Violet Voss lashes in Vamptress, which is always my favourite ones to use for like more dramatic looks. So that is the eye look finished. Don't really feel like putting actual lipstick on, so I'm just going to put on my Fenty Gloss Bomb. So yeah, this is the total finished look. I did my best of blue eyeshadow, seeing as I'm totally not that good at it. But my overall thoughts of this palette is, of course, it is so pigmented, as I would always expect from Jeffree. Really nice and high quality. My actual palette came, like, all the pans inside are fine, like none of them are wonky. I know some people have complained about that. If you are brave enough to work with some blue eyeshadows, then I would highly recommend. Thank you for watching my attempt at blue eyeshadow for like the first time ever. If you did enjoy my video at all, then please check out my other videos, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!